fleas today, and they were crawling all over me, so I needed to take a shower. Thank you so much to you guys who have subscribed to my channel. It really means so much to me. And thank you to all who watched my previous video. Tonight, I wanted to do sort of a favorites video. But I love reading, so I thought that I might show you some of my 600